cometh, will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God, and in the name of the city of which my power, which is New Jerusalem, from which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. And it's special because that New Jerusalem that comes down will be the ones that were escaped up into the chariots from Revelation the 18th chapter. You will escape the plagues and tribulation that'll be befalling this place, and that's why in the presence of the angels and the Lamb you get beamed up. But those also that don't beat the hour of temptation will get destroyed in that same moment. So when we come down, He gonna make you a special creature with His Spirit on you.
If I may say, this is also going into after the tribulation. You know, after everything had happened, these men, they're going to come up out of the great tribulation because they actually made it through the tribulation. They didn't allow the beast to get the victory over them. They got the victory over the beast. All right. It talks about how they're going to be given white robes, arrayed in white robes and fine linen. These are the men that were found, proven to be those men that are found more precious than fine gold.
Those are blameless.
They're blameless in the eyes of the Lord. That's the 144,000.
That's right.
They found without guile.
They're found without guile.
Yeah.
Which is false doctrine, basically, or false belief.
What is that?
And this
Revelation 14.
And this is
found without women.
and this is showing you that you have a spiritual mark, which the Lord's going to spiritually mark His elect. You know, and they're going to have what you call the exemption of judgment. You know, the mark of exemption. Okay? Those are going to be the men who's going to have the seal of the Heavenly Father, the name of His Father and His Son in their forehead. So they're going to be reserved and kept safe. Everybody else is going to have the physical mark, which is the mark of the beast.
That's right.
All right? Showing you that there is a difference. You have the physical mark of the beast, and you have the spiritual seal of the Most High.
Yeah, the exemption. Bro.
Okay? These men are going to be found blameless, man.
That's right.
All right? And matter of fact, if somebody can, go and they on their phone, go to the blue letter, and go to that same chapter, Revelation 3, and look up that word mark.
3 and not 10.
Yeah, not 10. I think it's like 12. He's gonna write up.
That I was reading. It was
new name. Yeah, 12.
His new name. Yeah.
Yeah, 12. No.
Yeah. Go the word right to write upon him.
Yeah, right. Right upon him.
I got it.
Yeah.
This is Grapho G1125. It says to write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate, to express in written characters, used of those things which stand written in the sacred books, to write one by written in an epistle, to give information, directions, to fill with writing, to draw up in writing, compose, to write, to grave. See, the lexicon says,
because in other words, the Lord's going to write these men. He's going to write their name in heaven. Your name is written in heaven, man.
To record, a record.
Yeah. So basically, you on the Lord's record for being part of the holy New Jerusalem.
Bro, it says to write of, in writing to mention, to refer a person or thing whom Moses had in mind in writing of the Messiah, or whose likeness Moses delineated.
Yeah, man. So hey, that's a heavy thing, man.
That's right. Yeah.
You know? And then when you go back over to what was that, Revelation 14, it talks about they have the angel would bring a seal. The angel is going to put a seal upon the forehead of those same men. The same men who the Lord's going to write upon them the name of His Father and His name. Okay? Somebody look up that word too for a seal.
It's the same
Revelation.
It's in Revelation 14.
Can I read this while you get there?
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4, because you're talking about a spiritual mark, right? And so this is that name of it, the mark of exemption, but then it's going to say everyone else also. Watch what happens to them. I'm going to read it. Anyway, it says, Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
This is Revelation 7.
That's the spiritual mark of his name, of his understanding. All right. It says, and to the others in mine hearing, go after him through the city and smite. And those others are the ones that took the mark, or if you didn't take the mark, but you still wasn't given that mark of exemption of Yahawah. Okay? So you gotta have the point is to have the mark of exemption to make it through. Because whether you take the mark of the beast or not, you ain't gonna get saved if you don't have that mark of exemption from the Most High.
Which is the seal that the Lord's gonna place on his elect.
Exactly.
So ultimately you gotta be of the elect.
That's right. It says, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
That's going into the saying the Lord shall be many that the brother read. Hey, ain't no one's going to be exempt from judgment except the elect.
See? Children, grown-ups, it don't matter. Elderly, it doesn't matter, man. If you don't have that mark of exemption, that seal, the angel gonna get you. It says, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the house, begin at the ancient men that were before the house. Somebody get that.
I got that. The word for seal and
Go to the verse first.
Okay,
Read the verse and then get the word. Revelation
7 and
Start at the top.
1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Now hold back the destruction.
Destruction.
Don't let the missiles go off just yet. I gotta seal my men first. Go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
Go ahead.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Now look up that word sealed, and then somebody get Revelation 14 and 1.
I have sealed.
The word should be shragizo.
Yes, tragizo. To set a seal upon, a mark with a seal. The point is really in D. In order to prove, confirm, to attest a thing, to confirm, authenticate.
Confirm and authenticate.
A written document.
But basically, like the mark of the beast would be an authentication that you are alliance to the beast. This mark is an authentication that you're in the spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi.
That you're one of his.
Yeah.
That you're one of his.
Yeah,
you're thorough.
Yeah.
The Lord is basically marking you like, hey, you thorough to me.
Yeah.
You're authentic. You're real. You one of me.
You're confirmed.
Yeah, you're confirmed, and I verify you.
And there's 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Those are the men who the Lord is gonna deliver from the hour of temptation. Okay. Now He's gonna write upon him, the name of his father in his name. Hey, the holy city, New Jerusalem.
Yep.
Which is gonna be what the governing body right there.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, I appreciate you men so much that I'm gonna make y'all governors in my kingdom. Because y'all obeyed me to even unto death.
Yep.
The Lord sees those men as special. That's why he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
God.
Go to Revelation 14. Yep.
Revelations chapter 14 and verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000. having his father's name written in their foreheads.
There you go. Having his father's name written in their foreheads, man. See? So these men are going to be awarded for being faithful.
Yep.
Crowns of righteousness.
And some of those men were the same, some of the men were martyrs. Even those men that John saw, that was of the 144,000, some of them actually was put to death for this.
Kind. They were beheaded for the
They were
testimony.
beheaded. Was that Revelation 20?
Antipas.
Yeah. Revelation, the 20th chapters. You know, some brothers gonna have to go through the guillotine.
Yeah.
But he still saw those same men standing before Yahawashi, showing you
God.
that those men were brought back.
God.
They were resurrected.
That's right. That's
And
right.
they were back to receive their crown.
God. Let's go, Jay.
You see?
Go.
So those men got the victory over the worshiping of this damn devil's system, and they didn't take the chip. They said, man, fuck you and your microchip.
God.
Kill
God.
him. Like the,
Take
like
me
the,
out,
like
man.
the Maccabees said, right?
Yeah.
You know? Straight up, man. You said you had something?
2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon one of their heads he set, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked.
So Ezra saw the same vision that John did.
God.
They both got to see that
The ceremony. God. God.
Okay. They both saw that.
Yeah, bro.
You do not want to be a part of that. You got to be bugged out your mind, man.
And that's a cut. That's a cut to, you know, because you have Jakes that'll say, well, if I'm an Israelite and I know I'm coming back in the kingdom, then why should I even get right?
Yeah.
Well, nigga, this is what you're gonna be missing out on. You gotta bypass all that. You're not gonna be a part of that ceremony. That's why going back to it, that's why I was gonna have a brother read Revelation 20, where it says when it talks about the second death, it says it talks about there's no glory. Somebody go to that.
Revelation what?
Revelation 20 and I think it's like around 6. And we're gonna go right back to it.
24, then
Like 20, like 4.
yeah, second there, second part.
Yeah. Start at
You read that earlier, huh?
And,
Revelation 20. You read it earlier.
The point is in verse 6. 4 through 6, and then we're gonna go right back to that.
So Revelations chapter 20 and verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Hey, just like Yahawashi said, what did he tell Peter?
Right.
If you forsake, everything, you forsake your family, hey, you'll be in the reincarnation.
Yep. Judging.
You'll be sitting on the throne and judging the 12 tribes, man.
You'll receive 100-fold.
Yeah. So here it is. This is in prophecy.
Yep.
They literally saw that in the vision, what the Lord promised to his servants.
Yeah.
God.
Go ahead.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded
Yep.
for the witness of Yahawashi and for the word of Yahawah.
That's right.
That's his doctrine. That's his truth.
Yep.
Because that's how we're going to overcome. We're going to overcome by the blood of Yahawashi and by the testimony.
God.
Go ahead.
God. And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image,
Lord.
Yep.
neither had received the mark upon their foreheads.
God.
Yep, they didn't take the chip. All right, they didn't bow down to this man's system of white supremacy. Okay, they didn't accept his Christianity. All right, his democracy. All right, they believed on the commandments, man. They stayed loyal. They stayed faithful to the Heavenly Father, man.
Yep.
They didn't give in to the left-hand agenda and different ideologies of the world.
God.
They kept themselves pure from that, man.
Hey,
Which is what? Showing you that these men were virgins,
God.
spiritually.
They didn't make haste in time of trouble. You know, when shit got rough, they didn't say, you know, F this, you know, I'm going back. You know, I teach Jesus Christ. I won't teach Yahawashi. No, they stay firm. They stay firm for the doctrine. They stand firm for the names of Yahweh and Yahawashi.
Which is why the brothers don't read what he reading in Second Esdras, man. Why is the Lord commending these men that came out of great tribulation? Let's read that, and then we're gonna go back to that.
Neither have received this mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000 years.
As what? As governors. As the governing body, man, as rulers, like the Lord promised us. He that overcometh will I give power over the nations. Okay? That means you're going to be over all the nations, joint heirs with Yahawashi, and you even going to be over the Israelites that got to come back through you.
Yeah,
Okay? The Lord's he's going to make you a part of the elite class of Israel. You're a part of his hierarchy, man. For getting the victory. For staying, remaining faithful.
That's right.
Loyal. Go ahead. So that's why you shouldn't have that attitude of, well, I'm an Israelite, so I know I'm going to come back anyway. I'm going to still get the kingdom. I'm going to still be rich. Yeah. But you're not going to receive the same glory that these men are going to receive. You know? You're just going to be just a regular citizen in Israel.
And Jake think that the death is just fast.
Oh, that's a whole nother situation, man. You know? Because you ain't going to have that same attitude when you sitting there and your spirit is still in your flesh while that flame of fire is just melting every element off of you.
Yeah.
You're not going to have that same mindset, man. You're going to be hoping that you can hurry up and die. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
And that's talking about the other nations. Meaning they're not going to get their position back, really, meaning they're going to be able to live sovereign, even though they're still going to be under us. They're going to be able to live and not have to go through what they had to endure under the first 1,000 years of the kingdom. Okay? They're going to be able to get their land. They're going to be able to live, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to, during our 1,000-year period, we're going to be teaching them the law.
He's still about to pay tribute to us.
Yeah. Hey, just like how the Lord, before we got the land of Canaan, the land flowing with milk and honey, the Lord, he taught us statutes and judgments that we'll be able to go and live in that land to possess it. So these nations, when they're enslaved under us during the first 1,000 years, we're going to be teaching them how to actually live. And then after that 1,000 years is up, they're going to be able to, you know, live on their own. And they're going to be governed by what? By our standard.
That's right.
Which is the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Okay? So that when it says the dead live not until after the 1,000 years, that's talking about the other nations. 2/3, they're going to be coming right back through the elect. Okay? Keep going, huh?
I'll restart at verse 5.
Go ahead.
But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection.
The first resurrection, which is what? The first dominion. Okay? Basically, when Yahawashi comes back with the host of heaven and deliver his elect from the four corners, that's going to be the first resurrection. The dead, the brothers that died in this thing, you seeing them brothers rise up out of them graves, and then they get changed in the twinkling of an eye and caught up, beamed up into the ship with their new bodies, man. That's the first resurrection. Blessed is those that partake in that. If you were 2/3, you're not blessed.
You'll hear about the ceremony.
Yeah, you have to read about it.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be a participant. Okay, go ahead.
blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power.
Hey, such as the second death. Hey, you have no power, man. Okay? So, hey, the second death, it's going to be worse than the first one. The first death was what? The flood.
Water.
So you can only imagine how much more intense the second one is going to be. Because this time it's going to be with fire, man. All right? Something like that should tell you why you shouldn't have that attitude that, oh, well, if I die, I'm going to come back anyway. But you don't know that you might be partaker of the second death. You know?
Isaiah 33 and 14. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? And I looked up that word everlasting.
Man.
It says long duration, antiquity, futurity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient world, continuous existence, everlasting, indefinite, or unending future, eternity. Hey. So the Lord can slow down the time, man, and have you feel all that.
Yeah, he is going to slow down the time, man.
The scriptures say, what, 1,000 years is a day, and a day is 1,000 years, so the Most High could just have it to where you burn for however long you want.
You catch that missile fire, you're going to feel every inch of that thermonuclear fire, concentrated fire from a chariot, whatever it may be. You're going to feel it. You ain't going to go out fast and that's it. No. Like the scripture says, that this must come to pass. Your eyes shall consume away in their holes, your tongue in your mouth. That has to happen.
Yo, if you ever seen burn victims, they don't automatically die the moment they catch on fire. And them motherfuckers, they be like screaming in agony, just groaning and grunting.
They showed you that in Terminator 2. They were just burning. They was sizzling for a hot second.
Hanging on that gate.
Yeah.
It's like you want this shit to
end.
but you just you know, damn near like Lazarus and not Lazarus, the rich man.
Yeah, rich man.
Shit. You dip here's an asshole. Idiot. But hey, like in the parable, you know, you have the rich man that when he woke up, you know, he was in torment. And he said, hey, can you, you know, dip your tongue and dip your finger in water and cool my tongue?
Right.
You know, for I'm tormented in this flame. Even though that's not a literal, story. It was just a parable, but hey, you know,
that condition.
Ease the affliction.
Just that condition alone. Man.
That's right.
You know.
Sheesh.
Read that again.
Isaiah
33 and 14. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings?
Man, that's
bro, and that's different, bro. The Most High is gonna have where your nerve endings is what you call it. You know, like when one sense goes heightened, that's the word. You're gonna have it to where your nerve endings are heightened. You know, Jake, they'll go through phases like say you cooking or something, you get burned by some hot grease, but you ain't never felt fire on your internal organs.
Inside your skin,
bro.
It ain't that regular oven fire. That should have been degrees.
Definitely
Bro.
no bubble gut.
Bro, nobody ever felt fire on their eyes, bro.
I got something.
They heart.
somebody get Job 14, 22.
Hey,
Real
like
quick.
y'all said, the super duper missiles, man.
Yeah.
200 million under mentions, man.
Said 14, 22.
Job 14, 22.
This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 22. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn.
Yeah. So the same must know it after death by pain.
Yeah.
So that's why I had him read that in Revelation 20, man. You know, that second death is that's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Is being a partaker of that, man. You know, and therefore knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So that's why I wouldn't joke. I wouldn't have that attitude, man. You know, well, hey, I'm coming back anyway. Is that how you want to really come back?
Right.
It's easy to say that now while you're still in the flesh and you still can eat, drink, you can still receive rain.
Yeah.
You could take a shower and shit. You could have sex with women. You can still do all that right now. But what about when a nuclear warheads detonate right above you?
It's easy to say that you won't take the chip now.
Yeah.
Until that temptation that you're faced with it. You're faced with life and death, and what are you gonna choose? It's easy to say it now.
Hey,
you know.
Go ahead. I don't know.
No. Go ahead. You got it. No. Go ahead.
Well, and it's easy because death looks like not taking the mark.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the righteous thing looks like the bad situation. You know, but it's really the good situation once you get past it. That's why Yahawashi also said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out the mouth of the Most High." You know, that's the difference. Meaning, you're gonna live and be able to withstand not eating, not having a place to live, being off the grid, so to speak, not being part of this system, because the Most High's wisdom will keep you involved in it, man. You're not gonna starve. He's not gonna let you starve to death. But keeping the hour of his word in the hour of temptation, you're gonna be all right. Versus what looks like the easy way, you know, by taking it. It just makes sense to take it. No, it don't make sense to take it because there's a consequence to taking it.
So let's go back to second Ezra. Now we're dealing with the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is they that are of the first resurrection.
Start at 42. Second Ezra 2 and 42. I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people.
See, look, listen. We just described the second death. What he's getting ready to read is the first resurrection. So, I mean, which...
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's the divide.
We over here about to get crowned by the Son of the Most High, and you over here bathing in missile fire. Go ahead, bro.
I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all had praised the Lord with songs.
Hey, and this had to be a massive. I think when he's seen this, and I could be wrong, I'm speaking as a man, but this could possibly be in the ship.
Yeah.
And that ship would have to be that big, gigantic ship
One
to hold that innumerable amount of Israelites.
One they say is larger than Earth.
Hey, Ezra said he saw it like he stood upon a mountain. Man.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that they all was beamed up into one gigantic ship, and he saw all those.
Where it began.
So all those souls were in that ship, man.
Wasn't that the when they looked down? Was it to see a glass eye?
Yeah, that was that same moment. Yep. Hey, they got to basically watch the judgment,
destruction.
You know. Hey, only with thine eyes shall thou see the reward of the wicked.
Bullshit. Verse 43.
Like him, you know.
Yeah. That's missile food right there.
That's that Boosie spirit.
Yeah.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Now are they crowned and receive palms. All right. So these are men that came out of great tribulation. These are the same men who the Lord changed and gave them no everlasting bodies, man. Okay? These are the men who are they can no longer die. They got the victory over death. Okay? Everlasting life, man. Go ahead.
Verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands?
Right.
So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Man. Meaning what? They resisted unto death, man. They resisted unto blood. Okay?
Come
I got a precept. We should read.
Hey, these men were faithful, man.
to the end.
He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah.
These men all endured, man. Go ahead.
Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders that the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Hey. So he saw the reward, man. You know? And Ezra, he probably didn't know it, but he was among them.
Gone.
He was among those men who was getting crowned.
Yep.
Okay? John,
Gone.
even though he saw it going back thousands of years ago, he was one of those men.
Exactly.
He didn't, of course, he didn't recognize that,
Gone.
because he had to come back in the regeneration.
That's right. New bodies.
Okay?
New bodies.
He was in his new glorious body, so of course he wasn't gonna recognize himself in that crowd of men. You know?
So like real quick when we're talking about they didn't understand fully seeing themselves in that vision, or those getting the reward. What did Ezra say, right? 2 Ezra 16 and 17, that's straight to the point right there. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Knowing that vision was for a time afar off. But he understood that he would be back in this time.
And it wasn't that he didn't have faith,
Right.
that he was going that who he believed in. It was just that he seen how great the destruction was in an advanced society that he never seen before.
And it's just asking a rhetorical question, like, damn, it's like saying, what the Most High gonna do to save me?
How you gonna get me through this?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
How the hell I'm gonna get delivered through that? That's hell.
You saw what you just showed me? How am I supposed to make it through that? Now you gotta remember, there's no computers when he saw the vision. No flashlights,
Yeah, the chip wasn't formed then.
None of that stuff going on. So him to see all of that stuff, and then to figure out, like, wait, and the destruction come with that? How the hell am I make it through that? Well, now he prophesied in part, but now we can see all the pieces coming together with all the different understanding of the seals that's been opened.
No pictures, please. No pictures. No pictures.
All right, looked like you were doing something with the Lord.
We are.
Well, then that's why
What did you take a picture?
my photographer, and I take pictures and I share it for a long time. And if I see something that looks like the most from the Lord, I share it with people because it's a great witness. What do you think? How you like that one,
Hey,
brother?
okay.
And I'm a Jewish Christian. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very confused, huh?
Hey, but you know what?
We got all sides covered.
You said it with me.
And I saw
Now
you
that you,
with Israel.
and now that you done took a picture, now it'll be known in that day that a prophet have been among you.
What?
It'll be known that a company of prophets have been among you.
Absolutely, right?
That's right.
And we all are, because we know what's going on. We know the Lord's coming back.
Yep.
So it's okay to take a picture of this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, bro.
Yep.
Yep, love the Lord.
Let them
Just
take these
travelers
clicks.
passing through, right?
Nope.
So, but God bless you guys, and hope,
Hey, can I ask you one more question, sir?
Nate?
Another sign I want you to see and see if you understand it.
Oh,
And maybe
I
take a
probably
picture.
do.
Right, that's why I'm asking. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the sign?
There we go.
What about the sign? This one right here.
Yep, well, been aware of it for 30 years.
If you would like.
Okay, take a picture? Oh, cool. Yeah, in fact, we started with InfoPet back in the 90s, and they were bigger things for the pets. Eventually, they wanted to market for the children. Of course, now they got the technology to put them in a vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
But we're all going to say no to that, right?
Yeah, oh, of course.
Because they're lying. How do we know? Because their lips are moving.
Right.
And I'm just saying, this has all been a big fraud. I think you guys know that.
Yep.
You know, wearing masks, it's worse for you than better.
Yep.
Social distancing, I don't know if you guys are aware of this,
Yep.
came up with a 14-year-old girl. She's 29 now. Her name's, I just looked it up yesterday, today. Laura Glass. Her father was a scientist. It was off of a project she did, a science project, when she was 14. That's where we got that from. It's based on nothing. So everything they're making everybody do with these plastic shields and all that, the biggest fraud and lie of our human existence.
But we were saying earlier, it's funny. We were saying earlier, it's funny because it's really just a show of the higher ups.
They're trying
that we're conditioned and ready to move on to the
Bingo.
higher steps of
Bingo.
taking that.
That's
They're
all part of
compliant,
it.
They're wearing the mask. We scared them
Yeah.
enough. Now we can keep moving
Yeah,
on
and
with the vaccine and so on.
And you can't negotiate with fear. You got to
Right.
wait for the dust settles, and then you can talk to people, right?
Right.
And then that's it. And a lot of people, look, I've been researching a long time. I was on this February 11th when I started my log. Like when 9/11 happened, I created a log. On 07-08 crash, I created a log. October 1st shooting, didn't do a whole lot with it, but created a log. So when this crap started, I went, create a log.
Yeah.
And then I have over 170 pages of links, conversations, videos being taken down. I download them, and I have the secret ways to get them back up.
Right.
Because we're not stupid.
Right.
And we know what's up.
Yep.
And, you know, we're smart people. And I always love when I say that to someone. I go, you're a smart person, right?
Everybody.
And they got to look at me and go, you want to debate me? You know, because you're not. Oh, you're not. All right, we're done here, you know? But everybody is smart, you know? And as it says in Romans and how God said, you know, he confounded the wise. And so the thing is that, you know, when you look at this stuff and you see what's going on, and you kind of go, really? Then you go.
Well, just common sense can open it up for you.
I tell people, I says, you know, how many people forgot their basic biology class?
Right.
We need each other as viruses and bacteria. We need herd immunity.
Yeah.
We need each other. But they want to separate us. God bless you
I got
guys.
a
Thanks for
scripture for you.
listening,
I
and
got
I
a
hope
scripture for
this
you.
was valuable.
Just read it.
Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Yeah. That goes right into what he was saying and what we've been saying all along. They set this place up to destroy you, man. This place is set up to destroy you. Okay, with all the lies and everything they put together for you to believe, and the fear mongering and so on and so forth, it's all to set you up. But I didn't let him slide by because I felt he knew something else.
Yeah,
If he recognized us,
You see us?
To see
Did
with
you see
us.
his phone?
Yeah, it was recording.
It was recording the whole fucking time.
That's why he put it
Put it right
the
there.
camera faced out.
that's why I like, oh, I can't have
he was
it.
an
I'll
angel.
get one anyway. Yeah, that's cool.
And he was trying to bait us with the Christian Jew.
Right.
You know, we got to use wisdom.
Yeah, no, when the engagement went down. What good would it have been for us to call him out?
To cut him out, yeah.
What good is that?
Especially when we know Esau is watching every little move that we do, you know, and him recording, and you know, we got to use wisdom, like you were going into.
Yahawashi used wisdom.
Time.
It was everybody spying on him.
Yeah.
You know?
So if he was,
That's why I said, you know, when he took the picture, I was like, you know what? No, like what he was saying was actually right. And I was like, and the reason why I said what I said is because when all hell break loose, they're gonna remember back to the days they ran into us.
Yeah.
Those pictures are there to help them remember that they came across a company of prophets.
and
It shall be known that a prophet have been among you.
Yeah.
and he gonna understand. He gonna the thought that's gonna come. Hey, those guys were all right, and they were right.
Yeah.
They wasn't mean. They didn't cuss me out. They didn't try to jump me or beat me up or none of that.
He didn't.
They were cool.
He was waiting for us to say, "You're not a Jew."
Yeah.
You know, or go into that. You know
It was
what?
bait being both. Was
Yeah.
bait.
Was he trying to say when he said, "Oh, they take down my videos"? Was he waiting to say they take on our videos too? No, we're not gonna buy into your wicked devices, Esau, that you try to send your agent provocateurs, whatever you try to do. Hey, we got the spirit of Yahawashi, so we're using wisdom. We know how to be use subtlety.
That's right.
And beautiful part before we go back to what you were going into. One more part was for him to say he knew all of that stuff for so long.
Right.
What level was he really on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was he? It makes you really think. Was he sick or not? You know?
Because if he know about the chip, he know about us.
Yeah.
He, you know,
Yeah, he should.
he know about us. So while he knew that for 30 years, like, oh, okay.
Right.
That's about as long
Right,
as
I-
it's been out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little longer than that. So y'all go back to that.
I had something-
I thought it was interesting.
Real quick, talking about the elect. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 21. And I saw and spread it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster,
Okay.
and a plant of great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Okay.
That's the labor of the elect. That's, you know, putting in this work for Yahawashi.
That's
The
right.
grape of the cluster. Those the first fruits, the Alahayim that created the heavens and the earth with Yahawashi.
Heavenly Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Man, get that. Heavenly Jerusalem, man. You know? The company of angels.
Yeah.
Okay? This brotherhood is a heavenly brotherhood, man. You know?
I know.
Always love
Good
it.
morning, you. I gotta laugh a little bit because it's always usually me.
You gave her a
I
dap.
gotta enjoy that.
hit it with the fist bump.
I can't even say she quiet no more, bro.
Yep. You got the little brother now.
Since the beginning, the word was with the Lord, man, and the prophet's been here since like the beginning of time. What's the best breakdown for the 18th chapter of Ecclesiastes? It says, "He that lived forever created all things in general." So the prophet's been here since the beginning of time. And how does that
Read
go?
that again.
Is Ecclesiastes
Cuss. Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 18, verse 1. He that lived forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He.
That's talking about the Heavenly Father. He lived forever because he's the Ancient of Days.
Yeah.
He
Had no beginning,
he
no
had no
end.
beginning nor end. You know? That's what that's talking about.
What it said in Revelation 7 chapter about Yahawashi, the beginning and the end.
Alpha and Omega.
Yeah, he had a beginning and an origin, and that's why you go to 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter. First man Adam, which was that spirit of Yahawashi, right, and then the last man Adam, which was Yahawashi himself, reconciling the world back to the Most High, or Israel back to the Most High. Set the world back
And the
to-
reason why he's known as the beginning is because he's the first.
Right.
He's the first spirit that the Lord created.
That's what they say. Only begotten,
Yeah.
because he was, like his brother said, his first spirit created.
Yeah. He was the first, and then, you know, in turn, you know, the Lord gave him the blueprint, and he in
lived the
turn
blueprint.
created the rest of the spirits, and then he chose in the beginning those first spirits that he created.
He created, yeah.
He chose them to be the first fruits,
And they trying to say
and
that-
they together created the heavens and the earth.
Okay.
That's why in the kingdom, Yahawashi and the elect are going to be the rulers of the world.
Joint
Because
heirs,
the world
yeah.
was because the world was created for their sakes. Starting with Yahawashi.
Yahawashi, King David, the 12, and then the elect. But
The rest of the
the rest of the elect, Slacky. Yeah, because King David is part of the elect.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Solomon and David through the reincarnation, regeneration. Lo, I come in the volume of the book. Psalms.
Go back to where you was finna go. I thought you was
I
finna
was
go to
going,
a scripture.
I was.
I got a
You
script.
was asking somebody to grab.
I got Hebrews 12 and 22.
Yeah.
Hebrews 12 and 22. But ye are come unto Mount Zion, and unto the city of the living power, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to an innumerable company of angels.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Go on.
You know? Hey, the heavenly Jerusalem. That's what ultimately when the heavenly Jerusalem, once they become perfected and changed, they're gonna become that new heavenly Jerusalem.
Yeah.
That's the estate that you read about in Revelation 21. Somebody go there real quick. Revelations 21 starts at the top.
Revelations 21:1, and I saw a new heaven and new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
That's the new world.
God.
It's gonna basically when we come down from the ships, it's gonna be a new dominion.
Okay.
A new the righteous new world.
Yeah, new era.
Peter
A
saw
new
this
era,
too.
the beginning of a new era.
Okay.
Hey, Esau's the end of the world and Jacob's the
Beginning of that follower. God.
Peter saw this too, along with Isaiah, the new heaven and a new earth. You know,
They prophesied.
They prophesied.
144.
Yep.
That's the spirit. 144. Call Lord Yahawashi.
And there were no, and there was no more sea, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yeah, that's talking about the elect.
Yeah.
All right, that's the New Jerusalem. Those were the men who the Lord, sealed with his father's name and his new name.
Yep.
Okay. These are the men who put on incorruption, immortality. All right. So hey, we're gonna go from this bullshit estate of being in these chains of darkness.
Yep.
Weak. And we're gonna go from that to supermen.
Glory.
That's what's
power.
gonna be coming down from those ships, and that's when these nations, when they see us coming down from those ships, man, they're gonna immediately
God.
they're gonna bow down, man,
God.
seeing us in that glory. Because the last time they would have seen us,
Yeah.
we were just regular.
Yeah.
We looking
We
little.
We were in subjection unto them.
Con.
Yeah, we was getting beamed up though.
Yeah.
And that's part of that first state of power.
They didn't see it, but
These
these bodies didn't go up.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I read this right quick?
Let them
Oh,
finish
he's
this,
so
and then you can get that.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and is his people. And power himself shall be with them, and be their power.
Man, hey, the Lord is gonna be the sword of our majesty, man. All right, the power is really gonna dwell within us. That's talk about God's coming down.
Yeah. Psalms 82.
The gods are gonna be
Yeah,
coming
God,
down
God.
because the Most High is gonna be with his men, making us gods on the earth.
Yeah, kind. That first
The
estate
heavenly
again.
Jerusalem, the innumerable angels. See? Watch how the Lord upgrades this brotherhood, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and they shall no more, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Hey, no more curse.
Yep, that's the curse, yeah.
All right, no more getting trampled upon. No more getting oppressed. No more this pedophile, homosexual
Kind.
ruling over us, man.
Yep.
Trying to put a chip in us, destroying our food, our water, man.
Our air.
No more homosexuals and lesbians. No more having to answer to women. No more having to tiptoe around a woman.
Kind.
All that shit is of the past, man. That was of the old world.
Former things.
All that shit is not going to carry forth into the new world.
Kind.
All right, it's gonna finally be a real dominion, man.
Yep.
A rulership